Call to order this special meeting for the Dallas Center Grimes School Board. Roll call, please, Ms. Wearmouth.
Director Baker Curtis. Here. Director Dickinson.
Here.
Director Fiala.
Here.
Director Malmberg.
Here.
Director Carpenter.
Here.
Director McNace. Director Van de Velden.
Here.
I'll acknowledge a quorum. I'll move along to the approval of the agenda. Is there a motion?
Move to approve. Malmberg.
Second, Baker Curtis.
Any discussion? All those in favor, please indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion carries. Move along. Are there any visitors here to speak or any communications registered with the Secretary's office?
Nothing has been registered.
We'll move along to new business. Item A, we've got a change order. Dr. Bloom, is there any additional information you'd like to provide on this?
Well, just as I shared in the board update on Friday, we worked closely with the city for years and years, and this is now just kind of the time with the renovations that we do need to take part in the sprinkling for the safety in the auditorium. So that's just the amount it will take. We will be doing that this summer. So the auditorium will be shut down for most of the summer, but it will actually work well with finishing the rest of the high school sprinkling in all classrooms during the summer. So this is kind of a 10-year plan that is now finally time to happen, so.
Okay, I'll look for a motion.
Move to approve. Malmberg.
Second, Fiala.
Any discussion? I have a question. So will this complete all of the sprinkling requirement for the entire high school in Meadows?
Yeah, I believe this is finishing the classrooms that are left, and the auditorium, I believe, is the final sprinkling step. Yep.
Okay, great.
So the auditorium has nothing right now?
It's
It
got-
doesn't have something?
Yeah, it definitely has like, I don't know exactly, Shaylee, it's got enough protection for safety of students that was like fine for the last 6 years according to the city. They've got some new people in charge at the city. This has kind of been a deal for a long time. It sounds like that when you do a big project, go back. Yeah, so there are certainly life-saving measures in place. This is just kind of getting up to code with the rest of the campus. Yep.
If there's no other questions, we'll move along to vote. All those in favor, please indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion carries. The next item is a contract for testing services on the DCG High School Corridor Addition Project with Allender Butsky Engineering. Looking for a motion.
Move to approve, Van der Velden?
Second. Malmberg.
Any discussion?
What does this testing entail?
Alan's role, Meg, let me double check his part so I don't misspeak too. So he's doing.
Soil test.
And this is all to like ensure, like soil testing ensures the stability of
Concrete.
the building and the concrete and all of that kind of stuff.
Yeah, Iowa's particularly sensitive because we've got a lot of soil types, so there could be things called fatty clay or more alluvial soil, and so we got to test for compaction to make sure that we've got, kind of an appropriate soil condition to be able to build upon so things don't settle and move. And then we've got the 4 seasons, frost heave, and those types of things. So it's pretty typical you'd have a special testing. Well, it's always required for any addition we'd have. And then they would be independent, of course, from typically the performing contractors on the job.
Okay.
Ryan did it much better than me, Meg, but in here, they've got the role of the compact piece, lab testing of soil, checking the concrete that will go in for an inspection, and then the structural steel listed, so when it's actually being built, will be safe and sound on the ground.
Okay, fantastic.
Yeah.
Thank you.
So when they pour concrete, there'll be a rating on that concrete to so many PSI. So they'll pour it in a canister, they'll put that thing in a press, and they'll press it until it fails, and it's gotta be, so if it's 2,500 pounds a square inch or whatever, it's gotta get to that weight and fail. It's gotta fail after it reaches that point. So there'll be a sampling of the concrete poured and tested, again, very typical, to ensure that the concrete's mixed appropriately.
Wonderful, thank you.
Any other good questions? Any other questions on this?
Is this who we contracted with before when we did the project for the fitness center? Because I know that we had issues after we had concrete poured, and so I'm just curious about that.
Yeah, great question. And to be honest, there might be a few that know a little bit more than me about what happened back then, or even Michelle. But yeah, it's the same company that they've done, I believe, a number of projects with DCG. They work very closely with FRK, our architects as well. They're pretty much a team. So I don't know, to be honest, Nancy, was that an error in doing the testing at the beginning? Was there something when we actually put the cement in and it just did some moving and shaking before we knew? Yeah, maybe
With
Michelle.
the compaction.
It was testing not completed, so the general contractor had failed to have some testing completed in time and had to go back and
Okay.
that's how we found that. Okay. Thank you.
I think I remember, but I'm not gonna speak. I'm gonna have to ask a couple other questions. I think, typically when we buy a precast structure, the way that those are, there's a set of engineering that goes with the steel and the precast that maybe sets apart from general site testing. And I can't remember exactly if it had to do with the special inspections associated with the precaster, or it had the special inspections package associated with the general construction package. I just can't recall, but I think there was a couple of things in play there, is my memory. Good question.
Thank you.
Any other questions? Okay, we'll move along to vote. All those in favor, please indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Move along, we've got a couple of contracts for you to consider for approval this evening. Looking for a motion.
Move to approve Baker Curtis.
Second, Fiala.
Any discussion? All those in favor, please indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion carries. We'll move along. We've got a couple of resignations to consider. We'll first consider the resignation of Ben Twig, effective at the end of the 23-24 school year. Looking for a motion.
Move to approve, Mollenberg.
Second, Baker Curtis.
Any discussion?
Do we have any, do you talk to them actually do we know why?
Yeah, Ben, known Ben a long time, had the privilege of bringing him to DCG. Ben's a counselor and his daughters go to Northwest, Walking Northwest.
Okay,
It's an opportunity to go be a counselor.
they're at,
Yep, he's gonna be actually at risk, do a lot of at-risk counseling, and be on the same calendar with the girls. So this one's a big loss, but
Yeah.
certainly a personal gain for Ben and his family, so tough to argue. Yep.
Any other questions?
Best of luck to him.
All those in favor, please indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion carries. Move along to consider the resignation of Jill Bajarno, effective the end of the 23-24 school year. Looking for a motion.
Move to approve, Fiala.
Second, Mollenberg.
Any discussion?
I would add on Jill, another huge loss, I think roughly 12 to 13 years of amazing work for kids. Her very thoughtful and kind email from her when she made this tough decision, I think looking to spend maybe some more time with her other business, does a lot with some daycare centers, looking to maybe expand that up to Northwest. Iowa as well. So I think this has given her some freedom to maybe pursue some other exciting parts of her journey. So awesome teacher for DCE for a number of years.
And best of luck to her.
All those in favor, please indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion carries. The board will set a public hearing date for the 25th of March 2024 at 5:30 PM for the proposed tax levy for the fiscal year July 1st, 2024 through June 30, 2025. Looking for a motion.
Move to approve. Baker Curtis?
Second, Vanderwellen.
Any discussion? All those in favor, please indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. The next regular board meeting will be, well, hold on a second. A special board meeting for the public hearing for the proposed property tax levy for fiscal year July 1st, 24 through June 30, 25 will be on March 25th, 2024 at 5:30. So we'll have that meeting, we'll close that meeting, and then we'll go to the next regular board meeting is Monday, March 25th, 2024 at 5:45, or immediately after the special meeting for the public hearing of the proposed tax levy. So just maybe note the modest change there for next term. So, and we'll look for a motion to adjourn.
Move to adjourn, Mullenberg.
Second, Baker Curtis?
All those in favor indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign.